Hey there, here I am on Facebook and Twitch and YouTube, ready for another Sunday songwriter stream. And I'm just going to do that thing where I share that link to my Facebook um, music page because it always takes just a little too long. So let me do that real quick, and I'm just going to say live with ta-da, Angela Easterling. I'm very excited. So, all right, I did the thing. Now I can play this music for you. It'll just, take a moment to just let some folks find us here too on the internet. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna start with a little song since it's kind of feeling like spring today. Oh, hey, Gordon. Gordon, you made it. You're the first one here. Thanks for joining me. Gordon Nash in the house. All right. So here's a song just for you. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's all right. You know what? I'm going to start that one over. I feel like that was just a bad start. It's just you and me, right? Oh, now there's 5 people watching. Okay. That was just a warm up. We're going to get this we're going to do it for real. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right. Ah, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. It's all right. It's all right. Oh. Woo! All right. So I played that perfect just before I got on here for you. Let's see. What is Gordon says? They always give credit to George Harrison credit First, he rips off "He's So Fine," and then you. Aw, thanks. Well, I love that song. George Harrison's songs are just really perfect for ukulele interpretation. That's my arrangement of that, for what it's worth. I think it's pretty much the same as anyone else's arrangement, except for the part the do 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 do. But I had the great pleasure this past weekend of being at a ukulele festival. So I was down in Gaithersburg, Maryland for the Gaithersburg Uke Fest. And it was a absolute blast. And I had the great pleasure of playing along, jamming at a music store called Victor Lutz. Victor Lutz Music Store had us in the store and gave us all t-shirts. And I got to play that song along with a band from Italy called Ukulele, and of course the guy from that band could do that do 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 do, and I did play it along with them though. It was fun, good times, and I got to teach workshops and perform. So that's my exciting thing that I've been up to lately. But more exciting at the moment is to be here today with an audience on the internet, and hopefully we'll get some more folks in here. So if you're watching, go ahead and share that link in your comments, on your page, whether you're on Facebook or Twitch or somewhere else. Let people know that they can join us here for some live music today with our very own special guest here. Oh, hey, Kelly, and hey, Aaron. Thanks for joining us. Woohoo! And no 76. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but that's okay. Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. So anyway, our special guest today, all the way from Greenville, South Carolina, is my friend from the New Folk class of 2015. She's got a new album coming out soon. It's called Witness, and she's with her family in Greenville, South Carolina. And she's been writing music and performing, and I'm very excited to have her here today, Angela Easterling. So here she is.
Hi.
Da-da, hi.
Yay. Isn't it cool we can do a concert like all the way between Boston and South Carolina?
It is cool. Yeah. Yeah. So in fact, this thing that I was just at, with all the international people, there were people from Brazil and Italy, and we had been getting together on Zoom and doing concerts, and it was like quite a trip
Nice.
to see these people from all over the world. And but yeah, I'm so stoked. Like, this has been the one good thing about the pandemic is, it's very hard for
Yeah.
us to travel and do like, it takes a long time to put together live in-person shows, but
Mhm.
these like internet things, of course. And hopefully we'll have a bigger audience building as we go. We got a few people watching us now, and you know they can tell their friends to come on in. Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to do this a couple of months ago and then we had a massive snowstorm, which is quite unusual in our neck of the woods.
That's
Do you
right.
remember
So
that?
so it was, you were expecting to lose power, because in South Carolina they're not used to losing, like, having just so much snow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and ice, and they were expecting a lot of ice, but it actually our power didn't go out.
Oh, that's good.
And it turned out to be, like, a really nice snow, and it's good, though, that we rescheduled because I wound up, like, making a snowman with my kids and stuff, and they never get to do that, like, ever. I think it's probably the first time they've ever gotten to make a snowman in their whole life. So,
Wow. Well, that's what you gotta do on a snow
yeah,
day with your kids. Yeah. And
yeah.
and so how old are they now?
Oldest one is 9, middle one is 6, and the baby's gonna be 2 in May. All
Yeah.
boys.
We were talking before we got on here, like the middle one was a baby when I saw you last, so that's how long it's been.
Yeah, when we played a show, at the Peddler in Spartanburg. We did a songwriter round, and that was fun, and yeah, and he was 2 months old at the time, and he just turned 6 on Valentine's Day. But
Wow.
also, do you remember when I came and played some shows in Boston when I was expecting him, and you kinda
Yeah.
helped me around, like, carrying my stuff? Like, you carried my guitar around for me and stuff because
Yeah,
I
that's
was,
right.
like, super pregnant, and you helped me on the subway, and let me park
Yeah.
at your house. That was so nice of you.
You played at Club Passim, and
Uh-huh.
I yeah,
And
I
you came
can't
out with me.
that was a good time.
That was and no, so I was expecting him then, and we were trying to figure out what to name him, and you were giving some advice.
Did I give you terrible suggestions?
No,
That was
you wanted me to well, one of the names we were considering was Wesley, and you thought we should name him Wesley for Wes Collins, and,
Oh, yeah.
which is a great that's a great name. I still like that name, but his name is Miles, so that's what we went with.
I think you chose correctly, but, Wesley is a good name too.
It is a really good name. That's
Because
still one of my favorite guy names.
not only is it Wes Collins, but it's also isn't that the name of, the guy, the hero in The Princess Bride, right?
Yes. Although I think his spells it Westley, like with a T.
Oh,
I
Wesley.
think. I should know that because I've seen that movie 800 million times, but
I've seen it a few times, probably at least 3. The movie I've seen the most is La
oh,
Bamba,
La Bamba.
the,
Now
like,
I
Richie
remember that
Valens.
movie, but I don't
Yeah.
think I've seen it. Yeah.
Mm. La 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 la
Yeah, I
bamba.
haven't seen that one.
La 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 bamba. Benedicti una fa para gracia. I love some Los Lobos. But anyway, let's hear
Yeah.
some music from you, shall we?
Yeah. This song is called Big Wide World. He says I just sing leaving songs and never let him hold me long. No, he speaks the truth that can't be denied. I just don't know how to be the woman that he needs from me while I find a way of living my own life. There's a big wide world turning round. Oh, I can't stop or slow it down. I just hold on tight, and I'll take a ride on that big wide world turning around. He thinks I should jump at the chance to give myself all to romance. Part of me that he can't understand. I've never dreamed of being tamed. I was not born to change my name. It's nothing I would ask of any man. There's a big wide world turning around. Oh, I can't stop or slow it down. I just hold on tight, then I'll take a ride on that big wide world turning around. Now for 50 years we've had this conversation. Can't believe that it's still happening to me. Every time I must provide an explanation as a woman who is happy being free. Oh, you're that old thing, it just don't sound right to me. There's a big wide world turn out. Oh, I can't stop or slow it down. Big wide world turning around. Big wide world turning around. Big wide world turning around. Big wide world turning around.
Woo! Yeah, nice. So I
How is the sound? Are
the
we having a
sound
mic issue?
the sound is great. No, I was gonna say there's an internet issue, and I'm not sure where it's happening. Just in the middle of that song, the screen froze for a moment, and I don't know if that's on my end or your
Oh,
end. So
okay.
I apologize for any problems. Oh, oh, the internet. Yeah. If we're live, see, we can blame the sound guy, but now we can only blame
Yeah.
like Comcast or RCN or whatever.
We've had so many internet issues trying to do these over the last couple of years. It's comical sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep we'll keep pushing through. So I enjoyed that song. Is that a new one?
Oh no, that's an old one. That goes back to my album from 2009, Blacktop Road. That song's called Big Wide
Nice.
World. That's
Yeah.
just kind of like my standard open up the show song.
I like it. It's cool. It's funny because the song that is in my like brain to like write next, I've been thinking about this. I want to use the phrase tout le monde, all the
Yeah.
world, the from French, but I haven't quite I don't exactly know what I wanna say in the song yet, I know it's something about tout le monde. So,
Okay.
there we go. But, I think I'll my next song I'll play is one of my newest songs. It's unrecorded and it has French in it, so a little bit of a
Fun.
segue. Yeah, so this one, I wrote this one together with Tim Lewandowski, who plays trombone with me, and, we were talking about an idea for a song, and I don't even know how we got to the point of mentioning that. I really like the number 12 because you can divide it by either 3 or 4, so it's
Hmm.
like got even or odd, and he's there's a name for that. It's called a smooth number. And I was like, "Oh,
Ah,
that's cool." And after we talked about smooth numbers for a bit, I decided to write this song. So this one's called Smooth Number. And
nice. I like that.
yeah. And I'll just do the thing here. All right, here we go. The revolutionary French with guillotines and red berets contrived to make the world make sense. The year 360 days split into quarters or in thirds. 5 festivals to end the year. Poetic, secular, their words. Egalite, their nom de guerre. Divide by 2, divide by 3. You're the perfect one for me. Divide by 4, divide by 6. Ignore the parts that we can't fix. Divide by 8, divide by 9. Believe me when I say I'm fine. You're a smooth number. You're a smooth number. We couldn't hinder Thermidor. We couldn't halt the march of time. So what's the sense in keeping score? Let's settle while we're in our prime. And now I'm in your arms again. Like contrapuntal rock and roll. It's not oppressive or arcane. We'll carve it up to keep it whole. Divide by 2, divide by 3. You're the perfect one for me. Divide by 4, divide by 6. Ignore the parts that we can't fix. Divide by 8, divide by 9. Believe me when I say I'm fine. You're a smooth number. You're a smooth number. How many ways can you cut up the cake? If I don't have the bread, will you cut me a break? Will you throw me a bone? We broke all of the plates. If I don't lose our heads, will you stay? Divide by 2, divide by 3. You're the perfect one for me. Divide by 4, divide by 6. Ignore the parts that we can't fix. Divide by 8, divide by 9. Believe me when I say I'm fine. You're a smooth number. You're a smooth number. You're a smooth number. Oh,
Yay.
thank you. Yay.
I like that.
Thank you very much.
That
Yeah, it's
that's fun.
I
Smooth
I'm
number.
excited I'm excited to get that one, together with my band. We still haven't really finished arranging it, and it's supposed to be in 12/8 to go with the whole, like, number thing,
Mm.
so that it
Wow.
divides by 3 or 4. Yeah, it's really nerdy, but it's hard to convey that with just the ukulele, so I'm going back and forth between, like, the triplets and then, like, the 1, 2, 3, 4. But I think when it's got drums and bass and everything, it'll make a lot more sense. I don't know, and I just love putting all that together and seeing how things turn out with the band,
Yeah,
so
that's fun.
so you play solo and you play with Brandon, your
Yeah,
husband, and then you
that's
guys
right.
also have a band, right?
Yeah, we do. We do full band. So I play by myself, we do the duo, and then we do a full band, which is me. Brandon plays electric guitar, and we have bass and drums. So that's fun. That's what's fun about doing the singer songwriter thing is like you can kind of have a versatility for what the venue wants, you know.
For sure, yeah. And it's like there are the singer-songwriters that just kinda do the solo thing, and I respect that a lot, but I really love jamming with other musicians.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's nothing like playing your song with the full band. I mean, there's just really nothing like it. It's a great feeling. That's what we all want. That's why we all got into this, right?
That's
Get up there
exactly.
and be a rock star.
So Gordon has told us 12 is also abundant as its factors sum to more than 12.
Wow.
That see
We're
math.
learning a lot of stuff today.
Yeah. And I gotta say hi, mom. My mom just joined
Ah.
us as well. So yay. Yeah. Well, would you like to play another song?
Well, you were talking about French. Did I ever play you any of my French songs? I can't remember if I did or not.
Maybe.
I
I'd
have
love
a
to
whole
hear them.
album that's in French. And I wrote them all with my friend Mahan Bessie, who's from France. She's a French professor here at Furman University in the town where I live. And we started out with one song, which I thought would work in French. And we had so much fun that we decided to do a whole album. So it's still kind of a sort of Americana folk country stuff, but all the lyrics are in French. And that was really challenging. I mean, I'm not the best French speaker. I'll tell you that to begin with. And so trying to write in another language is like totally just I feel like it opened up new areas of my brain that I never had used before, and it was really fun. And so yeah, I have a whole album. It's called Secret, which means my secret, and
Oh.
you can find it online or pick it
My
up at one of my
lang-
shows.
my language skills are sort of not that advanced, but I've like poked around it enough to know it's very hard to rhyme in another language and it's very
Yeah,
hard to use metaphors.
those are the two
So
things. Yeah, and also trying to fit a certain rhythm pattern where when you're especially if you're talking about something like French that has such a defined way that the rhythm of the spoken language is it's really difficult when you're trying to sing a rhythm that differently than the way you would speak it, and to a French person it just sounds awkward.
yeah,
So excuse
and
me.
like maybe if you change the emphasis, then do you accidentally mess up the meaning of
You could
the
change the meaning of the word.
yeah.
And then yeah, like you said, using metaphor. Like I remember one of the songs I had said, like I feel blue. And she says, you wouldn't say that in French. You wouldn't say I feel blue. That's just not a thing. And then another time I used a word inadvertently that was very dirty. And thankfully she changed that. So it would have been embarrassing.
Can you can you say can you say in English what the word would be, or is it too dirty?
I thought I was saying, I want to kiss your mouth or something, and it was, I want
Something
to.
oh, okay, we'll just leave it at that, yeah. We might have a family audience today, so you never know.
Well, you can
Yeah,
guess what it was.
I
Maybe I'll do I have this song that I've recorded in both French and in English, so maybe I'll do part of it in French and part in English so you can hear a little bit of both. And talking about a band, this I wrote this song many years ago when I decided I wasn't gonna date any more musicians, like I wasn't gonna date any of the guys in my band. It didn't really work out that well, but at the time it seemed like a good idea because, when you break up and you have to get a new bass player, that's kind of sucks. So anyway, I that's what this song's about. It's called One Microphone in English, and in French, un microphone. See, there's one microphone, used to be two. One was for me, and one was for you. Now, when I stole the heart of a singer, you broke the heart of the song. I won't look for a reason to linger. When I take my exit, I'm gone. Still hope someday you'll find you've changed your mind. You're tired of playing alone. 'Cause now I'm just a melody. You were my harmony. You'll find me out on this stage with just one microphone. Il y a une seule guitare, il y en avait deux. Et ces vieux accords joyeux semblent malheureux. Musique qui nous a unis, musique finit nos chansons. Il est plus que le tendre amour. On ne jouait donc pas l'unisson. Mais j'espère qu'une belle nuit tu changeras la vie. Tu seras fatigué de jouer seul, parce que je ne suis qu'une mélodie. Tu étais mon harmonie. Tu me trouveras seul à seul avec un microphone. You were my harmony. You'll find me out on the stage with just one microphone. One microphone. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yay. Très bien.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
So that's excellent and a very relatable sentiment. Having dated a few singer-songwriters and musicians myself.
Yep.
And yeah, we definitely made a rule. It was like, all right, I'm not dating anybody in the band ever again. But then I started dating John, my current partner, and okay, the new rule is all right, he can sit in with us, he can play with us sometimes, but he's not officially in the band. That seems to be a good, like, I don't know, boundary, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have that boundary anymore. I've got 3 kids with the lead guitar player in the band, so
Well,
that
I'm glad it worked
that
out,
that line has pretty much been crossed.
I'm always very envious of people that, like, marry their bass player. It's like, "Oh, you always have a bass player. That's so great." But
That's true. That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, I mean it's a good thing. I mean it when it's good, and when it's bad, and you just know. I mean, you just know either way, but when you've got someone in your life whose taste you totally respect and whose opinion you totally respect, I mean, that's such a wonderful thing. And any new song I write, he's the first person to hear any of them, you know. And he produced last couple albums, new album that's coming out. He produced it. He's a secret weapon. I don't know what I'd do without him.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear it. So it's oh, my mom says woohoo, which means she saw my post. So yay. Thank you. I said if you see this, type woohoo in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Woohoo question mark.
Yeah. It's like woohoo. I stole that idea from Auburn. So our friend, a new folk classmate,
Yeah.
colleague, Auburn Stevens from Nashville is the queen of streaming. She's so great on
Oh,
Twitch.
really?
She's
Wow.
been doing a show like every week for 9 years or something. Um
Wow.
and the other day she was sharing, if you see this, type hot chicken in the chat, which I thought was brilliant, and it made me wanna go on there and type hot chicken, and if I'd been at my computer, I definitely would've, but I was out walking, so I didn't, but
That's a great idea.
yeah, so, in I was, like, debating about what song to play next, and I think I wrote a song that was about, making music, and it's one of those songs that sort of I wrote it and played it and then forgot it. So, I don't think I could do that one right now because 'cause it's been years since I even remembered that it existed. Have you ever
Yeah.
had that happen?
Oh, man, I have songs like that that are on CDs of mine that I don't even remember, and
There I
people
found a
request them, and you're like, "I don't know it."
Yeah, I found a YouTube video, the other night for a song called "Come Back Down." It was, like, fully arranged with my band, that at the time. Like, I haven't done that song in many, many years now. I don't even remember it. I was like, "What? I wrote that song? That's decent. It's not bad." But I don't know that I would try to learn it again or anything. So anyway, at the risk of crashing and burning, along the language theme, I have learned a song in Japanese. Um,
Whoa.
I do not speak Japanese. I know phrases and like, little bits and pieces, but phonetically I learned the words to My Neighbor Totoro, the theme song from the Miyazaki movie. So are you familiar at all with that?
No.
It's a great kids movie. So,
Okay.
you might show it to the boys if you feel like it. But the movie is about a nature spirit. These two little girls, and they meet this nature spirit named Totoro. And they have a magical adventure. And there's also like a lot of really serious stuff going on. The little girl's mother is seriously ill, and the sister goes off and is missing for a bit, and so part of the adventure is she has to find the older girl has to find her younger sister. But anyway, so it's got this really adorable theme song, and I have a 6-year-old ukulele student who asked me if she could learn it, and I said
Oh,
sure.
wow.
I'm not thinking about, right, it's in Japanese. And also there's no
Oh.
ukulele chord charts online for it, so,
Oh,
uh,
wow.
I figured it out, and I'm gonna play it, and it might be
Cool.
a total train wreck, and if anyone out there speaks Japanese, you can, please correct my pronunciation, but this is My Neighbor Totoro. Um Totoro, 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 Totoro. Dare daga kosori komichi ni konami itsumate chisana mei haetara himitsu no ango wa mai no pasupoto suteki na boken hajemaru tonari no totoro 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 mori no naka ni mukashi kara sunderu tonari no totoro 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 kodomo no toki ni dake anata ni otozereru fushigi na dei. So that's the theme song from the Totoro
Yay.
movie. And so it translates roughly to who leaves the seeds for you to find, follow them and you will see a treasure, then plant the seeds and help them grow. It may seem like a dream, but things are not what they seem. Now begins a new adventure, and then you'll be with my neighbor Totoro. Living in the He's been living in the forest for a very long time, and you'll be with Totoro. You only see him when you're very young, and he's a magical adventure for you.
Wow.
But I don't
Love
like to
that.
sing it in English because it sounds really dumb in English, but it's super cool in Japanese. So
It is. It's beautiful. I love the melody line.
it's very pretty melody, and the chords are super cool too. Like there's some minor, unexpected minor and what is the word? Diminished chords in there. Yeah. No, there's no
That's
diminished
fun.
chord. There is G diminished. That one.
Pretty.
Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff I've been up to, and I haven't been writing
Wow.
as much because I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll just learn this song that also I have to figure out the chords and Japanese.
That's amazing. That's super cool.
Thanks.
I love it.
Thank you.
And then you have another, you have another song in your repertoire.
Yeah,
Well, I unfortunately don't have any more languages to add. Um,
that's all right.
aside from what I've already done. So is it okay if I change the subject?
Oh, please do.
So I went back to Kerrville in 2018 with this song, and this is one that's going to be on my new album. This album that I have coming out now, we've been recording it for like 3 years. It just took so long because with my old albums before I had kids, I just go to Nashville for like a couple weeks and record and the whole album at once, and I can't really do that anymore. So we were kind of like doing it in bits and chunks when we had some studio time that we could get in. So it's been a long process. So this is one of the first songs that we recorded for the album, like back in 2018. I wrote this after the shooting at the Country Music Festival in Las Vegas. It's called Halfway Down, and it's something I had an idea about for quite some time because we live right down the road from a fire station. So every time there's one of these mass tragedies, they have their flag at half staff. And it got to where for a while there, it seemed like the flag was halfway down all the time.
Mm.
So anyway, that's what this song is about. shiny and new. The mean old summer heat is gone. The fall has kissed with dew. I hear my children laughing. No, they ain't seen the news. I breathe a prayer of thanks. They're safe at home right now. Drive a long road into town. All the flags are halfway down. Try to make my peace with this strange ground on the long road into town. Another man, another gun, American as pie. Nothing ever changes, no one's asking why. We offer up our thoughts and prayers, we shake our fists and cry, then go back to our own busy lives. Drive a long road into town. See the flags are halfway down. Try to make our peace with this strange ground on the long road into town. And they'll raise them back up again, but then in a week or maybe two, you'll see. On the long road into town, the flag is back halfway down, and we'll make our peace with that strange ground on the long road into town. On the long road into town. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Oh, sad subject matter, but pretty song. And I like your guitar, by the way. I was gonna say I
Oh,
was just
thank
noticing
you.
that's a really pretty guitar.
It's a Gretsch.
Okay, cool.
I've had this guitar since, I want to say maybe 2003, 2004. And it's been pretty much my main guitar, road guitar. It's, it's it can take a beating. I switched to a Martin for a while, but I went back to this one because especially for the solo and duo stuff, it's got a lot more bass sound in it.
Mm.
So because of the jumbo size,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I switched back to this one.
that's a big guitar. I only play little guitars, so this is my my little parlor
Oh,
tenor.
I love it, love
Hey,
it.
I got this
I've
one
always
because
wanted one of those.
yeah, it's really cool. So I was trying to switch over from ukulele to guitar, and I can play me and Bobby McGee on a 6 string guitar, but uh, I'm not that good. So I was like I'll just play a 4 string guitar, and then I'll be able to play it because the shapes are all the same as the ukulele shapes. So I
Yeah,
got this.
that's what I was thinking. So are the strings, is it the same as the bottom four strings of the guitar, the
Yeah,
ukulele, or the top four?
so it's the same interval. So the ukulele is G C E A. And
Okay.
usually they're high G. My dog has fleas, but this one's got the low G. So
Okay.
to go over to the guitar, then it's D G B E. And so that's just like your guitar, but it's missing the E and A.
Gotcha.
So so the shapes are all the same, and it's just I have to think in a different key, like, and it's hard because my brain is calibrated for ukulele. So it's like I just have to remember, okay, I'm actually not playing a G now, I'm playing a D. But
Yeah.
oh, by the way, I should comment. There's a really good comment here in the chat from Keith Lowry, who was the host of the amazing ukulele festival I was
Oh,
just at.
cool.
He and his wife Nani put that together, and thank you again, Keith, for the amazing time. But Keith says very meaningful. You capture how most people feel. So
Wow. Thank
there you
you.
go.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So yeah, it's
Where
really
was the
hard.
I'm sorry. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
where was
No,
the ukulele festival? Where
it was
was
in
it? Was it in Hawaii?
Gaithersburg, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
But it felt like we were in Hawaii because
I
everyone
bet.
was so happy, and I mean, it was like the flowers were blooming, and it was
Oh,
felt like spring next to here, you know? So now I'm back in Boston, and it's warming up here, but the flowers are just sort of like trying to think about poking their heads out and stuff.
yeah.
Great to see you too, Keith. Yay. So I was gonna say, I think it's hard to write topical songs these days with anything but bitterness and anger and angst, because like there's just the situation of the world is tough.
Yeah.
Um and maybe it's always been that way, but I feel like you wrote one that there's like a kernel of hope in it, even if it's describing a sad situation. I don't know.
Yeah, I find myself writing a lot of topical songs, and my main one of my main things is that I don't ever want them to be self-righteous or preachy. So a lot of times I try to come from just the perspective of like in that song, it's just sort of like, I don't know what to do about this. It just keeps happening. And the only thing I can just be glad about is that, this time it's not my children. Um, which I think, that's, as a parent, people would identify with that. Um, but yeah, I do. It can be tough. You have to find an angle if you want to write about something like that. You have to have an angle that you're coming to, that you can present something. A lot of times the story helps.
Mm.
Writing it, just a story about it can sometimes get people into it, even if they knew, if you said, I wrote this song about that, they might say, well, I don't like that. I don't want to hear a song about that. But if you present it as a story, sometimes you can get them to listen.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, it ends up being like, well, if it's gonna be dark, it's just gonna be dark, and that's the way it
Yeah.
is. And I think I do a lot of blues music, and I think that's the thing about blues is a lot of blues music isn't depressing, even though it's talking about something serious or a bad situation that somebody's in, but it's like it allows other people to relate to that, and sort of
Mm-hmm.
like find in the singing of it that you can rise above whatever it was. So anyway, I'm going to play this song, and it's kind of a dark song,
Okay.
but this one, you mentioned thoughts and prayers, so this is my
Yeah.
song that's got thoughts and prayers in it. This is called
Okay.
Waltz in a Minor Key. When you were young, you were bound for the stage with your mother's charm and your father's rage. Now here you are working for minimum wage, but you know not to do it for free. You tear it all down if you had half a chance, with macabre dedication and violent romance. We should have known better the night we first danced to your waltz in a minor key. Oracles discount the omens you bold, wildfire decay running off of the road. Once there were 4 rivers that flowed. Now your name's on damnation's marquee. You never believed in anyone's plans or nothing that you couldn't hold in your hands. You've left me forsaken, like all of the fans of your waltz in a minor key. But transported by our centripetal force, all the world blurs except for your face. I hang on too tight, and try as I might, I can't shake the feeling of ironic grace. When destiny offers the cup of despair, your hopes and your dreams turn to thoughts and prayers in some roadhouse dance hall on the edge of nowhere. It's a future we didn't foresee. So here comes the end, and you're gonna be missed, though we're wistful for something that didn't exist. It's a bittersweet flavor you crave, like a kiss or a waltz in a minor key. You're a waltz in a minor key. Hey.
Yay.
Thanks.
I really love that one. I love your melodies. They're
Thank
so
you.
that one's like something you could hear in musical theater, or I just love that. It's so not the typical folky melody. That's great.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Thank you. Gordon says points for using the word centripetal. Um, but yeah, I feel like my earlier melodies were a lot simpler and definitely tied to the chord progression. And after Kerrville and after being around a lot of songwriters, I started really thinking about the melodies of what I was writing. And I had this is a crazy story. I actually was trying to write a song at Kerrville, and I went up to Chapel Hill.
Mhm.
For those of you who haven't been to the Kerrville Folk Festival, there's a place that's like you wander around the campgrounds on this beautiful ranch in the Texas Hill Country. And then you go up sort of like on this tall hill, and at the top of it is a place where they've built a little wooden chapel, and it's really cool. The design of it, the woodworking is very pretty, and it's like a non-denominational spiritual spot. And hippies go up there and cavort, but also they have services on Sundays, and people actually get married there and stuff. But
Wow.
that particular day there was hardly anybody hanging out up there, and so I went up there to like work on my song, and there was a mockingbird who was feeding her babies up in a nest. and
Wow.
um and I was watching that mockingbird and listening to her sing, and I was like, okay, well, clearly if I'm not happy with my melody, I just need to like try out another melody, and maybe I'll steal somebody else's melody and like play with it. And it really kind of like just ripped the lid off of my ideas about melody. And so I try to be intentionally different. And like, actually the two that I played today, the this one, the waltz, and the what is it called, smooth number, both have like intentional melodies, sort of. I don't
It's
know what that
awesome.
means, but thanks. um Keith says, the word dance, was that even in the song? It is, but it's in the context of Roadhouse Dance Hall. And oh, the we should have known better the night we first danced to a waltz in a minor key. Yeah, so it's in there. I know I write about dancing all the time. I've got a few of those. At least 3. We've got time, I think, for you to do one more song,
Okay.
and then I might play a closer, but
Awesome.
we're getting close to 6 o'clock here, and
Wow, it's gone by quick.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do, since this is my last song, I'm going to do a song called I'm All Right, which is one I wrote about kind of my life as a musician. And, when when I started out, I had all these big dreams, and I guess the big, huge dreams didn't quite come true. But I realized that I really am living a dream come true. It just wasn't the dream I thought to have. But I feel so lucky to get to play music for a living and do what I love for a living, and then come back home to my family. Just really blessed. And that's what the song is about. I'm all right.
Cool.
When I was young, my mama would say I'd be a star someday. I guess I never made it, except maybe in her eyes. So much seemed impossible then. Jumped right down into the deep end. Tried my best, but it never came. So now I realize I'm alright, I'm alright. There's a big yellow moon in the sky so bright, and I'm on the way back home tonight. Well, I'm alright, I'm alright. Got a whole lot of love in my life, and there's nothing more I need to get by. Yes, I'm alright. Sometimes I'm playing my music somewhere for free. People don't pay no attention to me. It's not quite where I thought I'd be, but I can smile, 'cause there's worse ways to earn a dime. Far worse ways to pass the time than to sing a song, strum along, drive another mile. I'm alright, I'm alright. There's a big yellow moon in the sky so bright, and I'm on the way back home tonight. Oh, oh, oh. I'm alright, I'm alright. Got a whole lot of love in my life, and there's nothing more I need to get by. Yes, I'm alright. Two little arms reach up for me, one little laugh that sets me free. His daddy's heart is strong and true. What a lucky girl am I. I'm alright, I'm alright. There's a big yellow moon in the sky so bright, and I'm on my way back home tonight. Oh, oh, oh. I'm alright, I'm alright. Got a whole lot of love in my life, and there's nothing more I need to get by. Yes, I'm alright. When I was young, my mama would say I'd be a star someday. Thank you.
Woo!
And y'all excuse
Well,
my voice today. I'm getting over a little
You
little
sound
cold.
just fine, and you are a star, and I think you're awesome, and you
Thank
married the
you.
lead guitar player, and you guys have 3 beautiful kids, so, I mean, you're
Yeah.
kinda living the American dream, you know?
Thank you.
It's very cool.
We're
Um,
lucky.
well, I think that's the note I wanna go out on today, so I just wanna make a couple quick announcements. Next week, I'll have Mike Ryan here joining me
Yay!
from he's in the
Maryland, right?
DC area. Yeah, yeah, and I missed out on seeing Mike when I was just down there, and I passed, like, right through his area, but, I get to do a live stream with him next week, and then
Fun.
the week after that, I'll be live at the Burn, so I won't be here, at 5 o'clock. I'll be at the Burn at 7 o'clock. So if you're in Somerville, Massachusetts, or anywhere in the surrounding area, get your tickets and come join me and Tiger Moan and Willie J. Laws, our amazing special guest, the prophet of the funky Texas blues. He's really rad, and I'm so honored to get to share a stage with him. The week after that is going to be Easter Sunday, so no live streaming. We'll just take the day off and go hunt Easter eggs. And then the week after that, the last Sunday in April is going to be the season closer for my live streams, because we're gonna go do things in the real world, and I don't think I just think it's time to take a little break. And I'm not going to announce my guest yet, but spoiler, it's going to be somebody from the ukulele world.
Oh boy.
Ah, so doing ukulele stuff. But thanks again to Angela Easterling for joining
Oh.
me today. And you know what? I said I was going to talk about the tips, and I totally failed to mention it once. But here's the link: Venmo at Amy Kucharik, or PayPal me /Amy Kucharik, and I will share all my tips with Angela. And we really super appreciate anything you can drop in the tip bucket. It's like we're playing for free, and you're just throwing us a tip. Um,
Well, this was
but
fun. I'm so glad that we got to do it, and thank you so much for asking me. And please say hi to all my pals in Boston and my favorite places in Boston. I love Boston. I went to college in Boston, so I don't envy the winter weather, but I love Boston, and I can't wait to
yeah,
come back.
I
Go Red
can't wait.
Sox.
I can't wait to get out on the road again and come back to the Carolinas and do some music with you and Wes and everybody. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll
Yeah.
make
Well,
that happen.
absolutely. Let me know. Let me know when you're coming.
Right on. Yeah, you know what? I
Thank
had this thing in Maryland, and I was like, I'm gonna book a tour, and then people were still so iffy because of COVID, but I think we're starting to come back now. So
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, we're booking our first kind of tour dates. We did one little quick tour last year, but we're booking some stuff this year, and it's some things are coming back and some things aren't. So it's not, things aren't really filling out the way they used to, but we're still working on stuff. I will add that if any of your friends from DC are watching, I do have an open date on July 31st in the DC area. If anyone wants to book me and Brandon.
there you go. Keep. I don't know. You don't play the ukulele, but we might make an exception. But yeah, we should get you in touch with Mike Ryan for sure. And
Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
There's the link for the tips, the tip jar, but I hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday afternoon, evening, and I hope to see you again soon.
Bye.